like to thank the TBI, the Vice Chancellor, Dr. Rajaram, Mr. Chandresh Kumar, and my respects to all and everyone in the dais, and dear friends. It's a great opportunity to come forward and speak to you. Having heard about many of the speakers who have spoken to today, I must first congratulate Dr. Rajaram for all the efforts he has put in to bring this institution to this stage. I was just chatting with him casually. He started in 2010 and the scale-up started in 2017, which means that it took 7 years. From there on, he has built up in the 5 years over 258 startups who have incubated with them. It only indicates that what challenge is there for all of us as startups. That's an indication. But it also tells us that apart from patience, every day we get up in the morning, the previous evening, most of the startup founders will be kind of tired, exhausted, going back home, wondering what to do next. But then next day morning, they look at the mirror, they dress up and come back to the office. It involves a great effort to do that. I must congratulate all of you to doing that. It's a big effort to do that, because you're coming from different background. You decide that I want to do something different. I want to create something different. I want to build an organization. These are the dreams which any entrepreneur will follow and would like to dream about. And that is why he gets up every day. And keeping aside his family, maybe his friends, and the family actually becomes his co-founders and the team. That's the way I've seen most of these startups working day in and day out. And it calls for a huge sacrifice. One should focus on the cash flow every day. That's very important, apart from the innovation of the product, of the market, technology, scalability. I think for sustenance, cash flow is very important, because you may be about getting ready with the product and you may find that you need another 50K to spend to build the product and you don't have anyone. So I think cash flow is very important. Second is build a circle of very good friends who understand what you are doing. Those are the ones who will come and help you when you're actually putting the product together. You may find that you're running short by a lakh or two. I'm not saying that there could be certain banks and others, but I think the first comes the family and friends. And if you are co-founders and teammates, there's a team. I think all of us should come together to understand the cash flow and know that I have built an ecosystem where I can raise another 5 lakhs or 3 lakhs or 2 lakhs. That brings a lot of comfort when you actually go to bed, because most of the founders may actually be thinking about the cash flow and not about the product when they go to bed. That's the biggest concern I have. When we are at a stage where that product is being developed, there's a sustenance reached, then it comes to scalability. But in every stage, what is going to help you is the cash. To preserve cash, to use it very, I would say conservatively, or, to be extremely careful in the spending is very important. The other thing which I have seen is the compliance levels, the books of accounts and compliance levels needs to be at very high standards. This is again a miss which I found that, especially when we go for companies who have kind of they want to scale and they are looking for a PE investor, I find that the compliance levels are very low. So as a practice, we should ensure that the compliance levels for the books of accounts from a statutory perspective is very important. And at the right time, one should convert a sole proprietorship or a partnership into an LLP or a limited company, because when you're actually bringing in investors, you're going to dilute your equity. So from that perspective, it's very important that the journey from one stage to another stage happens very calculatively, so that it doesn't really bother about, you start with a limited company, you have to start filing compliances, you have to give a chartered accountant 2,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees, that's an expense. We should avoid that, in my view, because unless and until the product is developed, you are ready for the market, I think one should look at building the company extremely slowly, patiently, build the team very carefully, and to give an example of one of the holy talks which I was listening to recently. There is a Krishna temple. There is a Murti of Krishna which is in granite, and then the entire flooring is in granite, and the steps are in granite. So the steps were talking to each other, saying that, you see, this guy was with us and he's become a Krishna. Everyone goes and worships him, but everyone stamps on us and walks. Then the floor granite also said, yeah, that's true, yeah, I'm also feeling the same. I don't know what made them, how's that he's being worshipped and we are not being worshipped. The Murti was hearing it, the Krishna Murti was hearing it, and it says that, while you have just been flat and you have been stuck on as steps and floor, I was chipped from various places, and that's when the Murti was made. I'm just reflecting to all of you, all of us for that matter. All of us go through the journey of extreme difficulty or extreme hardship or extreme frustration or extreme annoyance at times. But then I think, as everyone says, it is all about holding the fort. It's all about holding the fort and not willing to let it go, which makes a successful entrepreneur. I wish everyone, all of you, a very great journey in this entrepreneurship, and wishing you all the very best. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the invite. Thank you.